Hi guys, so this is the three accommodations that we went through in Patar Bolinao. There are three different price points. One is 6K a night, one is 3K a night, and one is 1.5 a night. The first accommodation we went through was actually the highest, 6K one, which is Sundowners. Um, Not the beach mansion, but the villas. It was in total 12,000 plus for a total of 2 nights, right? And we left our home at 4 a.m. and we reached Patar Bolinao about 10 a.m., which is too early for the check-in time. So we first went to a restaurant called River Village that has I would say, beach access, and you can rent a hut near the beach, which is 500 just for the hut. And then they serve good food, guys. It. I wouldn't say it's the best, but the chop suey is great. The bolinao is great. We had chop suey, we had bolinao, we had shrimp, buttered shrimp. My wife did not like the buttered shrimp. She said it's too salty. But again, the convenience of having a beach access while you're taking lunch is a great, I would say, asset to River Village. Um, and we've every time we went to Patar Bolinao, we almost certainly ate at River Village at least once. And so this is the access, right? As you can see on the video, this is where you go to get the beach access. You can actually swim while eating, right? It depends on your preference, right? There is a lot of seaweed, um, or let's say kelp, near the beachfront. They don't really clean it. Again, that has its pros and cons, right? Maybe your toddlers, your kids wouldn't want to have that on their skin, or you may get irritation. But it is a natural, you know, way of how the ecosystem of the beach happens, right? And as you can see here, again, sundowners. We booked it in April. This is looks of the Marina Couple One room. Um, it has an indoor kitchen. You can cook. All the cookware is provided that is needed. There's free water. There's fridge. Um, there is a exhaust near the cooking area. It is definitely the biggest on the three accommodations that we had in Patar Bolinao. Um, let's say prefer we were four, right? Three adults. I'd say one child in this accommodation, but can easily fit at least six, right? Without being too cramped. It does only have one bathroom, and I guess one of the downsides or cons of this specific room was that I would say the bathroom wasn't really that great, right? The whole room was huge, but the bathroom was pretty small. The a lot of things had rusts on them. Um, Hot shower wasn't really working. Wasn't really the cleanest look, right? There's faded towels. The white doesn't look white anymore per se. Um, so there's just a lot of things could be improved, but I would say overall, you know, it's okay for the price, right? If you want access to balcony, this room has a balcony. If you want to do indoor cooking to save food, hey, probably that's also an additional value for you guys, that you are able to cook your own food. You don't need to order out. Although Sundowners has its own in-house kitchen restaurant, right, where the food is great. We've tried their pizza. It was really great. Right now here is technically their living room, right? Definitely huge, definitely huge. And the AC is cool. Um, and there's a bunk bed near the bathroom that can house two people, right? One on the top, one at the bottom. This is the access to the balcony, which has the first pool view. You can see the restaurant across. You can see the next island, Santiago Island across, right? You can see the commerce that happens on the beachfront. But again, guys, this doesn't have beach access. But this is one of the cons on going to Sundowners. To get access to the bar, if your room is at the bottom, basically you need to climb a mountain through those stairs to get access to this specific pool that is also near a bar, right? And yeah, This is my son swimming with his uncle. It's definitely a great view. One of the greatest views in Patar Bolinao. Right, you can see Santiago Island. You can see the pristine beach across, or this pristine sea. Right, it's not too deep. The pool isn't too deep. At most, it's about 5 feet. Right, and yeah, the kids were having a great time. My wife was having a great time. Right, while watching the kids, we were having a couple of mango shakes. Right, a couple of finger foods, and yeah, it was just awesome. One of the main things, aside from the awesome pool view, is because it is an infinity pool. You do need to be careful of your toddlers, swimming through the edge. That is something that you would not want to happen. Um, and yeah, just make sure that your toddlers are taken care of. Kids are taken care of. Even adults can have a mistake on sitting on the ledge and falling down, right? Here, guys, we're moving to another accommodation, which is actually the lowest or the cheapest, which is Alona's beach campsite. It's 1,500 a night. There are some good things about this resort. One is that it's cheap. That's one. Second is that throughout the three, this Sundowners didn't have a beach access, but this one had a swimmable for toddlers or kids beach access. Right, the sand was great. Right, there wasn't too much of stones or corals on the beach. Right, so again, even if there are some instances where even if you're wearing the swimming shoes, right, it still pierces your shoes. Right, as you can see on this video, we were just having a great time. My son, just playing throughout this beach. You can see the fine sand here, right? It's pretty great. It's an amazing beach, guys. Amazing sunset as well, because Patar Bolinao is in the west side of the Philippines, right? So you would get great sunset views.
Come on, swimming na. Don't drink water. Hey, no, don't wet mama. Hey, stop it.
Yep. Yeah. In the afternoon, guys, we just spent the whole afternoon watching the sunset. My son playing with the sand. Alona's the property, the accommodation for this specific day was Alona's, and it didn't have the best room, right? It was probably built with tubular steel as the frame, as well as a bedding per se, or foundation. That's why every step you make, the room next to you could hear you. Any move you make, most likely the next room could feel every move you make. Right. The bathroom was also not that great, but again, it is the cheapest. Right, 1,500 a night. You can cook your own food. There's cookware provided. The gas is provided. Although, again, this specific one, their water source is salt water. Right, so taking a bath, you may feel like sticky. It's gonna be hard on your skin. It's gonna be hard on your hair, right? And the next day, we switch over to Chalarost, which is the 3,000 a night accommodation that we had. This one is mid tier, basically, from our three accommodations that we had. It doesn't have greatest beach, but it does have beach access. It has its own pool, although it's salt water. It's not. It's not. It's still hard water that can still be hard on your skin, and still be hard on your hair. Right. Again, you would see my Agoda listing here is 3,000 a night. For 2 nights, we spent 6K plus. I would say this is a great value, guys. If 6K a night is too expensive for you, you can take Charlotte Ross. Just temper your expectations, right? Even the bathroom water is salt water. Here's the hallway going to our room. You would see the room in a bit. You can hang clothes outside. This is the room there. It's a huge room, right? I wouldn't say it's smaller than what's with the one with Sundowners, but it's a lot bigger. It's a lot more comfortable. It has more privacy versus the Alonos one. You have your own fridge, a mini fridge. You cannot cook inside. The bed is bigger, right? You can, accommodate 4 people inside. And here's the sunset in Charlerost. And here is a wonderful sunset and a great beach view. Now, the problem with Charlerost, or my cons with Charlerost, is that the beach access is very rocky. You can see on this video that the shore is short, and so the cut off the waves is very near to the shore, let's say. And so it is a rocky beach. There's holes because it's a lot of corals, guys. When you try to swim, there's going to be holes where you dip one of your feet or one of your foot in those, and you're gonna slam to the rocks, right? It's just I wouldn't suggest you guys spending your time with your kids or toddlers on the beach, but you can spend your time with your kids, in their pool, right? This one is the lake, or technically Bolinao Falls 1, where you can jump from this ramp. You pay 10 pesos. It's unlimited jumps. You do need to rent a life vest if you don't have one. This is the video of my son jumping through the ledge. And this is my wife jumping through the ledge. Again, it is a fun activity, guys. The water here is not salt, right? It's not seawater. It's fresh water from the falls. It's cold. The water is cold. It's a great way to refresh to have a refreshing activity after swimming through the beach, after swimming to the seawater pools. The parking is 50 pesos. And each person pays 30 pesos as an adult. And the rent for each life vest, I believe, is 100 pesos. This one now is the Enchanted Cave. The Enchanted Cave's entrance fee is 250 pesos. And the reason it's a lot more expensive than the falls is because technically the Enchanted Cave is a resort, right? And there's a long wait time in peak seasons, right? Basically, every person, there's a set capacity that the cave can accommodate, and each group is accommodating about 30 minutes. So if you're 2 groups behind, you're waiting an hour just to get in the cave and swim in the cave. It's 250 to just go into the cave. It's 300 to be able to swim in the cave. So basically 50 pesos for the life vest and the opportunity to swim inside. I can see that again, it's a cave, so it's the expectation is it's going to be small, it's going to be dark, right? Depending on your preferences, it might not be the best to bring your children here, right? There are lifeguards within the cave, but there are a lot of people. And again, guys, that's our trip in April in Patar Bolinao. Let me guys know what you think, and see you on the next video. Thank you.